The recently released live-action remake of the Disney classic, Pinocchio, has undoubtedly had a nostalgic effect on some fans who watched reruns of the original version when they were kids. Disney films like Pinocchio, alongside The Lion King and Mary Poppins, have an irreplaceable part in many Redditors' childhoods, which is why they're among the favorites they share on the platform. Other rewatchable childhood movies include the hilarious George of the Jungle and the tear-jerking The Iron Giant, which, according to Redditors, still hold up incredibly well today. Despite being released several decades ago, these films are worth rewatching and enjoying again as adults. George of the Jungle, 1997, available to stream on Disney+. George of the Jungle is a wacky comedy film that parodies Tarzan. The live-action film is centered on the humorous experiences of the titular character, who has spent most of his life in the jungle until his fateful meeting with his love interest Ursula. His life changes when Ursula brings him along to San Francisco, where he struggles to fit in. The user COREILLY89 recalls how when they watched the movie for the first time they were almost falling out of their seat laughing. They add that to this day they love comedies because of this movie. The numerous antics and gut-busting "watch out for that" gag make the film an entertaining one from start to finish. Ferngully. The Last Rainforest, 1992, available to rent on Apple TV. The underrated musical fantasy film Ferngully. The Last Rainforest is centered on the magical misadventures of a fairy named Krista and a young logger called Zack. A fortunate encounter turns Zack into a fairy-sized version of himself, which teaches him a lot about the impact of his job as a logger for Hexus. LAURAPALMBERSMOM 430 doesn't have to write more than Ferngully in a thread about Redditors' favorite childhood movies. The animated film brilliantly blends its fantastical and amusing scenes with its more serious environmental message, which is still just as relevant and crucial today. E.T. The Extraterrestrial, 1982, available to rent on Apple TV. The classic sci-fi E.T. The Extraterrestrial needs no introduction. It revolves around the unexpected bond that develops between the young boy Elliot and an alien who's accidentally left behind. Elliot and his friends embark on a risky mission to help E.T. return home, which is complicated by the suits who are after him. When asked for their favorite childhood movie, Link76 writes they think E.T. 1982. It had cutting-edge visual effects back then, which made things like the iconic bicycle scene possible. Although these graphics are already dated, the film is still worth seeing for the heartwarming friendship between Elliot and E.T. and the riveting chase that will have viewers rooting for them. Treasure Planet, 2002, available to stream on Disney+. Jim Hawkins' awesome adventure is depicted in Treasure Planet, which is a unique space pirate movie that portrays his search for the eponymous location. Along with memorable characters like John Silver, Mr. Arrow, and Captain Amelia, Jim experiences a quest full of dangers, excitement, and betrayal. In a thread about childhood movies, Redditors will always watch VILLAGERN04 writes Treasure Planet. The beloved animated film's visuals have aged well, not to mention its gripping story full of genuinely unexpected twists and turns. Audiences will find themselves completely immersed in Jim's incredible world in no time. The Incredibles, 2004, available to stream on Disney+. Another legendary Disney classic that likely has a spot among fans' favorite flicks from the past is The Incredibles. The animated superhero film depicts Bob and Helen Parr, who got married and left behind their identities as Mr. Incredible and Elastigirl to live a suburban life with their 3 kids. They're soon roped back into their old roles when a fan-turned villain threatens innocent lives. The Redditor Fruitbridge includes The Incredibles in their comment on a post about rewatchable and favorite childhood movies. The film's funny characters and fascinating take on the superhero genre still have fans clamoring for another sequel. Matilda, 1996, available to stream on Starz. The intelligent young girl Matilda Wormwood is a child prodigy who has to deal with questionable adults like her parents and tyrannical principal. Matilda follows the titular protagonist as she begins to develop psychokinetic abilities to match her wild imagination, which soon comes in handy in her daily life. Often cited alongside 1990s movies that have aged well, it's not surprising that a Redditor includes Matilda in their comment on a thread about rewatchable childhood flicks. The movie does a great job of delivering side-splitting scenes, while also making Matilda relatable, likable, and impossible not to root for. The Lion King, 1994, available to stream on Disney+. The Lion King is a timeless Disney classic that revolves around the tragic story of Simba, initially a cub destined to succeed his father Mufasa and rule over a kingdom of lions. A tragic event drives him away from his home, though, and it takes several years and a gentle nudge from new friends, Timon and Pumbaa, and a familiar face, Nala, for Simba to accept his destiny. The Redditor Attaku WOLF90 considers The Lion King as a childhood movie they will always watch. This is a sentiment among many fans, which is why there are numerous adaptations and spin-offs that are still currently in the works. Men in Black, 1997, available to stream on Netflix. The sci-fi comedy film Men in Black introduced the absorbing reality where a secret organization manages the arrival of extraterrestrial beings, hiding them away from unwitting humans. Agent K isn't too impressed by the new recruit, Agent J, who struggles to prove his worth to the humorless mentor. A mission they go on together soon changes all of that. The user in @Healthgirls recalls how they would rent the movie all the time from the library so they would consider it among their rewatchable childhood flicks. Some of its visual effects may be dated, but its fun story and zany characters still make the film a must-see today. The Iron Giant, 1999, available to stream on HBO Max. The Iron Giant takes place during the Cold War in 1957 and focuses on the bizarre bond that develops between a young boy, Hogarth Hughes, and a giant alien robot. Hogarth befriends the friendly robot and soon realizes it needs protection from external forces, with its pursuers determined to destroy it because of their lack of understanding of its origins and motivations. The emotional animated movie is mentioned on a Reddit thread where Goobidoo points out how it absolutely still holds its weight in storytelling and great voice acting. Its poignant tale and heartbreaking conclusion make it a true standout in its genre. Mary Poppins, 1964, available to stream on Disney+. The award-winning legendary musical, Mary Poppins, revolves around the titular magical character who arrives at number 17 Cherry Tree Lane to meet the Banks family. Mr. Banks is easily convinced that she's a no-nonsense nanny, but the young kids, Jane and Michael, know that she's the answer to their letter requesting a kind-hearted one. The user SPINEREADER81 includes Mary Poppins in their list of rewatchable childhood movies. Whether it's the lovable characters and catchy songs or the fantastical moments and important lessons, viewers are bound to find something they'll fall in love with.